A special Friday edition of the USL, and it's quite the Western Conference showdown as the last unbeaten team in the league, San Antonio FC, travels to Kansas City, Missouri to face Swope Park Rangers and a 9-game home winning streak. Something has to give. It'll be quite the match on our hands. Joined by Patrick Bergabo, I am Carter Augustine, and we'll be bringing you the action on this beautiful Friday afternoon, evening in Kansas City. The away team, San Antonio FC, 8-0-2, the best USL start of all time. Billy Forbes leads the line for them. Meanwhile, for the home team, Carlton Belmar, off to a great start. The former Rookie of the Year, finding his feet again in Kansas City. So with those two leading the lines for their respective teams, let's take a look at the starting lineups for each team. First off is the away team, San Antonio FC, just one change. Marco Jang coming in for Devin Vega.
Yeah, Marco Jang making his first start for the club. Will be interesting to see how he does in the middle there. But as you said, this one's all about Billy Forbes. 6 goals, 3 assists. Great addition from Rayo OKC.
Meanwhile, for the home team, 2 changes made since their last game almost 2 weeks ago down at RGV, as Parker Marr comes in at left back and Adrian Zendejas in at goalkeeper.
Yeah, a couple changes along the back line, but Belmar's really been the driving force for this team with 4 goals so far this year. He's been a force up top.
Should be an interesting battle and a clash of styles. 2 impressive streaks on the line as well. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the first half kick between the Swope Park Rangers and San Antonio FC. Welcome back into Kansas City, Missouri, Swope Soccer Village, Children's Mercy Victory Field, for a nice Friday night edition of the USL Western Conference. And the away team, in particular Patrick Bergabo, quite the story. 8-0-2, one of the best starts in North American soccer history, the best start in USL history for San Antonio FC, and this man, Darren Powell.
Yeah, Darren Powell's really kicked it into gear this year. Had a bit of a disappointment last year with the quality of the team and even the quality of the coach. They didn't quite reach the heights they were looking for, but you know, they've hit the ground running this year, so it's only looking up for them.
And it's been a Jekyll and Hyde season for the Swope Park Rangers and first-year head coach Nikola Popovic, as they've won all their games at home, but have lost all their games on the road so far.
Yeah, they've struggled on their travels. Wasn't always the case last year under Mark Dos Santos, but Nikola Popovic has come in. He's introduced a new style of play, and he's got glowing success at home. So we'll see if that continues tonight.
Speaking of those style of play, we'll see a clash here between San Antonio FC. And Swope Park Rangers against the away team in all white, San Antonio FC. 8-0-2, first place in the West, and 26 points. They start with the ball going from right to left. Meanwhile, Swope Park Rangers decked out in their traditional dark blue and blue stripes. The battle for possession early on, and now tough back pass from Musa to Jidic. And a foul actually will go against Akwafe Ejekwa. Getting another nod up top, and starting to get into it a little bit here, Patrick, but these are two teams that play contrasting styles. Swope Park Rangers averaged 447 passes a game, while San Antonio FC averaged 246.
Yeah, and you saw the high press from the Swope Park Rangers immediately there from the kickoff, and that's something they're going to look to do the whole game. It's press high, keep the ball when they get it, whereas San Antonio is a little bit more of a sit deep and try to hit on the counter team, and it's certainly worked for them so far this season.
Nothing given there on the challenge on Carlton Belmar. And Pekka springs free, tries to find teammate down the right-hand side, intercepted. It was a good step by Greg Cochran. Started all 10, played every minute. He's actually played 98% of all San Antonio FC minutes in the 2 years that this club has been around. Greg Cochran, he'll take this throw in on the near side.
It's an incredible record for Cochran, that 40 games, playing almost every single minute.
Been a mainstay for Darren Powell, and like many of these San Antonio FC players, some MLS credentials as well. Vastly experienced team. San Antonio FC, perhaps why they've started off the season so hot. 26 points, the best ever through 10 games in the USL. And only 4 other teams in all leagues, all modern leagues, still existing leagues in the United States, have equaled or bettered that total. Quite the impressive start to the 2017 season for San Antonio.
And this was a team we all thought was going to be a powerhouse last season when they were introduced to the league. But for one reason or another, it never quite panned out in 2016 for San Antonio. But I don't think anyone's too surprised to see the success that they've had this year. Just maybe a bit surprised at the level of the success.
Mentioned in the pregame, 2 very impressive records going head-to-head here, as Colton Storm just can't grow tall enough to bring that under control. But 2 impressive records because the Swope Park Rangers are currently on a 9-game home winning streak, Patrick, dating back to last September.
Yeah, that includes the postseason, obviously the 2016 USL Cup playoff run. They won the Western Conference quarterfinals, semifinals, and final, all at this venue here in Swope Soccer Village. And they've been pretty much invincible ever since last September while playing at this field.
Interestingly, the man in the middle, this Colton Storm looks like go over his head. The man in the middle for that match, the last home match for Swope Park Rangers that they lost here at Children's Mercy Victory Field, was Jose Lara. He's the man in the middle today. Referee for this evening's match.
Yeah, September 3rd, 2016 was the last time the Swope Park Rangers failed to win at this field, a 2-0 defeat to Rio Grande Valley.
See if that same referee is just a bit of a note or could portend trouble for the home team. Here's some good build-up down the left side. Aloto just trying to spin away, and it was hacked clear by the visitor defense. James Musa holding mid, dropping in between the center halves to pick up the ball and dictate possession. Close one there for Kevin Oliveira, as AJ Ejekwa applying a bit of a one-man press. Mar exchange passes with Duke. And again, Mara will elect to go back to Musa. Good bit of sustained possession here from the Swope Park Rangers.
And this is what we expect to see from the Rangers this year with the new system implemented under Nikola Popovic. It's a lot of keeping the ball, a lot of trying to suffocate the other team into mistakes and finding gaps in their defense.
Of course, much different to how the Swope Park Rangers played last year on their way to the USL Cup final.
Exactly. Under Mark DeSantos in their inaugural season last year, the Swope Park Rangers were very much sit in and soak up the pressure and then hit on the counterattack with their very pacey wingers, Tyler Pasha, Chris Tierpak, who we haven't mentioned yet, of course, lining up for San Antonio today. They were fantastic elements for the Swope Park Rangers in 2016 when they did hit on the counterattack.
It was a good step from Pekka, but Selbel does well to bring it back for the home team. Oliveira into the feet of Libo Maloto. He's found a good pass out for Oliveira. He'll have a rip and drifts just wide.
It's encouraging play from the Swope Park Rangers, though. You see Libo Maloto, typically a midfielder, playing as a false nine for the third straight game. You see his qualities there, being able to hold the ball up, great awareness of who's around him, and he finds Oliveira, but he's slices right across the ball.
So Diego Restrepo take this goal kick, wearing a hat as well to block out the sun. He's come in and done an extremely good job between the sticks after the injury to Matt Cardoni.
Yeah, 4 shutouts in just 6 games for Restrepo. It's a remarkable record. He actually leads all of USL now in shutouts, and to be able to do that in just 6 games where some teams have played 11, 12, and 13 games is truly an accomplishment.
He's taken over for Matt Cardoni, who Swope Park Rangers fans might remember made 12 saves on this very field last August. Certainly started off the year doing just well himself, as well as 7 total shutouts, clean sheets for San Antonio, leads the league.
Yeah, I remember that game in August last year. It looked like Cardoni was going to get the better of the Swope Park Rangers front line that night, despite all the pressure being put upon him, but the penalty kick late into that one, deep into stoppage time from Ayrton. Saw the Swope Park Rangers get a 2-1 win that night.
That was a theme of all last season. Swope Park Rangers 2 wins and a draw against San Antonio FC. So San Antonio looking for their first victory in this pretty new USL Western Conference matchup. Just over 7.5 minutes gone here in Kansas City. The sun starting to set on a really beautiful day. A little bit hot at the beginning of the game, but should cool down to move on into the evening. Here's Billy Forbes, reigning USL Player of the Month. Goes across it in from his left-hand side and dealt with by the Rangers. Stephen McCarthy with a high clearance. And now Storm put under pressure by the captain, Michael Reed. Loto back with Oliveira. Good strength there from Musa, as it looked like he might lose the ball initially.
Musa's done an excellent job this season of being that pivot. This is the deepest midfielder in the Swope Park Rangers midfield. Both cutting out attacks and distribution, he's been excellent.
Offside given against Carlton Belmar. Stops what looked like a promising move down the left-hand side for the Swope Park Rangers.
And we'll see that too. We'll see a bit of interchanging between Belmar and Maloto and Selbel in that front line. It's not surprising to see Belmar popping up there at the center forward position with Maloto dropping out to the left.
Offside given there from Belmar as the ball is looped over the top. Just hacking it clear, and now here's a loose challenge and a foul against James Musa. So good opportunity for San Antonio FC. Looked like a Jakwa wearing that one for his team.
Yeah, it's a great bit of skill there by Jakwa, and Musa just has caught the wrong side and comes a little bit too aggressively there and takes him out.
So Ben Noonan will come over to stand over this alongside Billy Forbes. 2 men in the wall for Adrian Zendejas. He's got the sun behind him, so he doesn't quite have to worry about that. Forbes steps over. Floated into the back post, and an easy take for the 6'5" Zendejas.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons Peter Vermees and the Sporting KC coaching staff rates Zendejas so highly. Because for his age, he's only 21 years old, but he oozes confidence and calmness in his area. Being able to pluck balls out the air like that under pressure have really helped him along.
He's done so well in his time with the Swope Park Rangers, both at the end of last season and this season. Making his 4th start in 2017 campaign, Adrian Zendejas. Musa straight into the belly of Michael Reed. Now here's turning Chris Tierpak. Twisting and turning, and a slip from Liam Doyle. Nope, not a slip, a foul. As AJ Ajekwa downed the big Isle of Man international.
Saw a glimpse there of Tierpak's ability to be able to spin on the ball, and just able to snuff it out.
Good campaign for Chris Tierpak, but returned to San Antonio, where he did play for the Scorpions. His home state as well. He's made 8 starts for the Western Conference leaders. Amir Jidic, USL Team of the Season last year. Finding his feet in the side after missing the first 2 games, being away with Canadian youth international teams.
Yeah, he spent a couple weeks in Qatar with the Canadian U23s. It was his first ever camp with the Canadian youth national side, and I know he was delighted to be able to get that opportunity.
Calm play from Sebastian Ibiaga. Did really well to pick out Greg Cochran, but then Cochran looking for Forbes over the top.
I think we'll see that quite a bit tonight with the pace of Ajekwa and Forbes, and even Tierpak on the right-hand side. I think they'll look to go long quick and find those pacey guys in behind.
Done it to great effect all season long. Here's a big diagonal. Doyle trying to stretch the field for Storm, who is quick, but couldn't quite catch up to that one, but he will force a throw-in.
There's one thing we know about this Swope Park Rangers team is that both fullbacks love to get forward. I think we'll be seeing Storm getting forward quite a bit tonight.
Golden Storm, he's one of 2 players that has played every minute for the Swope Park Rangers. He throws it in, now gets it back. Cuts it inside, Selbel. Back out. Storm. Oliveira can turn, but it's too heavy on his second touch there. This chance for the Swope Park Rangers. There's Doyle. Wide left with Marr. Back with Doyle. As we mentioned, Patrick, it's been almost 2 weeks since Swope Park Rangers last played, losing 1-0 down in Texas to RGV. And it was the first game this season in which Swope Park Rangers were held scoreless as well.
Yeah, despite their struggles away from home, they've pretty consistently been able to find the score sheet even in the defeats. You know, their first defeat, 4-3 on the road to Phoenix Rising. Second, a 2-1 loss to Real Monarchs SLC.
There's a back heel. Storm gets the return. No, Oliveira comes over, takes control. Finds a good pass inside for Storm. He's found Selbel some time and space in the box, and actually gets a nice effort away. No lift on his leg there. No back lift. And it's a tip save from Restrepo over the bar out for a corner kick.
Yeah, he kind of stabs at that one, gets underneath it, almost manages to lift it right over Restrepo. He does well to get a hand on it.
As we see here, quite the effort from Nansel Selbel.
It's good intricate play from Oliveira and Storm as well. And yeah, like you said, Selbol just can't get out of it.
So the ensuing corner kick, Oliveira to take. Be a right-footed outswinger here. The Cape Verde international. Up towards the spot, headed right back from whence it came. Storm does well to read the intentions of Billy Forbes. Rangers maintain possession.
The Rangers certainly have some big bodies up there now with Jidic and Doyle going up for the corners. Should be able to pose some threat.
6'4" apiece, the two center backs, but they are matched by a 6'5" Stephen McCarthy and a 6'2" Sebastian Ibiaga, so plenty of size. Both of these center back partnerships. Good intricate work along the left-hand side. Now a slid pass into the feet of Selbol. He can't control and hooked away by the men in white. Good touch from Selbol there to gain control and draw a foul on Pekka.
That's an exquisite touch there from Selbol. Just a bit too quick for Pekka. Sticks a leg out, trips him up.
Taken short now, and Parker Mara will meander over to his left, looking for some teammate. He's found Doyle, again looking for the long diagonal. Forbes doing his defensive duties.
It's not something Forbes is known for, his defensive play, but he's come back with decent effect today.
Loto now driving at the defense. He's found a good ball. Now Oliveira can go through. He slips it across. What a save from Restrepo. Still alive. Oliveira on his left foot, blocked away. And now smashed clear and right into the thigh of Ajekwa. Jidic will assess the situation, pass it back, but Kevin Oliveira there with a golden opportunity inside the San Antonio FC box.
You almost wanted to be more selfish there. There's a clean look at goal, and he looks to find the perfect pass to Selbol to set him up with an open goal, but you got to wonder if he'd be better off taking that shot himself.
All credit to Diego Restrepo, who read the play, and now here's a ball for Billy Forbes, springing to his left. Just one-on-one with the goalie, he smashes it off the near post. Sigh of relief from Adrian Zendejas, as that smashes out for a goal kick.
And that's the exact style of play we were expecting from San Antonio.
Immediately Restrepo, who read the play, and now here's a ball for Billy Forbes, springing.
Forbes gets in behind. Very almost beats Zendejas there. Can't squeeze it in the near post.
Look at the attempt. Here's Parker Meyer charging down the left-hand side and gives the ball away. There's the play just moments ago. Kevin Oliveira denied by Diego Restrepo.
And it would have been a tap in for Selbol if it had come through. It was actually very, very good goalkeeping from Restrepo. Very decisive.
Oliveira trying to float one over the top. Second ball falls to Belmar. Cutting inside on his right foot. Maloto tried to tee it up for himself. There's a couple of really physical challenges thrown in by Ben Noonan. And he looks to have come off the worst for wear. Maloto still struggling to get to his feet as well.
Certainly looked like a bit of a high challenge from Noonan, but took a lot of the ball.
Noonan has gone back to ground as well, so a couple of players shaken up, and San Antonio FC will play it out of bounds. So as these two players are being looked at by the respective medical staffs, soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. So 20 minutes just about on the clock here in Kansas City, Missouri. the make of the start between these two teams, the first place team in the West, San Antonio, and the home team, Swope Park Rangers.
I think in terms of style, it's been pretty much as we expected. Swope Park Rangers keeping the majority of possession, obviously forcing the issue at home. San Antonio looking extremely dangerous on the break. Going closest, of course, with that chance from Billy Forbes that struck the outside of the post. But the Rangers have had their chances too. Selbo with a shot saved, and Oliveira just not able to set Selbo up a couple moments ago. So it's anyone's game at this point.
Have to see if each player can continue. Looks like Maloto is just fine, but Newnham has withdrawn to the sidelines. And we'll get this thing back underway. Referee Jose Lara blowing his whistle, and Nansel Selbo just throwing it straight back to Restrepo. So Restrepo, who 2009 NCAA national champion with Virginia, actually broke most of Tony Miola's career goalkeeping records at UVA as well. Not bad company to find yourself in.
Got to be a pretty special player to do that.
Making his 5th straight start since coming on for the injured Matt Cardoni. Judic now making the pass, taking the space. And here, some encouragement for AJ Ajekwa. He's cutting a lone figure up there, a lone striker for San Antonio. Good tackle from Tierpak to take it off the toes of Parker Marr.
Should be a good matchup out there with Marr versus Tierpak. Both very pacey players, both very good technically. I think Marr will have a handful with Tierpak, and Tierpak's going to have to come back and deal with Marr as well.
Here's Parker Marr making just his 2nd start. He started the 1st game of the season. He's made, this will be his 7th appearance, but finding most of his time on the bench. Duke tried to curl one in at the top of the 18 for Belmar, well read by Ibiaga.
Yeah, with Tyler Pasher obviously coming down from Sporting Kansas City. He spent the majority of the time at left back, but Parker Marr is certainly someone the coaching staff is high on, and he had an assist in that 1st game on Carlton Belmar's goal. I don't think he'll look out of place at all today.
There's a physical battle on the far side. Belmar and Newnham coming together, and Belmar, the man whistled to have fouled, pleading his case with the referee. Here's Restrepo again. Launching it forward for the head of Chris Tierpak. Ajekwa tried to return it. It was a tough technique to head it backwards into the path of Chris Tierpak, and Doyle does well, clears it away. Visitors coming off a sweep in the Pacific Northwest. Quite the impressive travel schedule from San Antonio FC, and now Reed wins it in midfield and just trying to drive past James Musa, and that'll be a foul, and could be danger for Musa as well. Yes, it will be. He'll go into the referee's pocketbook, the 1st yellow card of the game.
Yeah, Reed just a little bit too fast there for Musa. He realizes he's never getting there and sticks a leg out, takes him down, halts progress.
It's a poor giveaway in midfield that led to it.
And you can just see he was never really making a play on the ball. He's mainly trying to halt Reed's progress towards the area.
Clearly a tactical foul there, and James Musa will have to tread carefully for the remainder of this match. Just 24 minutes gone. More importantly, the Rangers have a difficult free kick situation to deal with here. It's Newnham and Forbes standing over it. Forbes will have a go straight down the throat. 2 hands on the ball from Zendejas.
Comfortable save for Zendejas. Straight at him in the end. Forbes hits it well, but never quite get the direction.
So a good opportunity gone astray for San Antonio. Here's a nice diagonal to find Colton Storm along the near sideline. Trying to ride the challenge against the corner flag. They'll win a throw in for the Rangers. So Oliveira back now to Doyle. Foul on Chris Tierpak, former Ranger.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, it's two very fast players. Tierpak comes steaming in fast, and Miles' feet are just a little bit faster. Pushes the ball away and gets tripped.
Judic now sprays it wide right with Storm. Oliveira cutting inside. Tries to find Maloto. Headed away and now hacked away by McCarthy. Forbes just can't read the direction of that ball, and now Storm trying to slide it through inside right channel. Couldn't quite connect with a good run from Natsu Selby. Forbes has picked out a really good pass. Switched to direct to the attack, and now Ajekwa in the box. Zendejas well off his line. Looks like he got that one right as well.
It's fantastic decisive goalkeeping from Zendejas. Jake was in otherwise, and he rushes off his line. Takes a lot of the man, but takes all ball too.
What a swift counterattack as well from San Antonio. Forbes starting it, delivering it to Tierpak, and then Tierpak just trying to create some attacking opportunities for Ajekwa.
We know what Tierpak can do, and he's not all just speed. He's got the fantastic technical ability to set people up like that as well.
Good reading of the game and the situation by Zendejas. Here he is gathering the ball at his near post as Ajekwa tried a shot on the turn. Judic now taking it off the foot of his goalie and dribbling forward into San Antonio press. Here's Musa looking for a ball. Just about found it. It's a sliding challenge from Cochran. And Musa now. Forward for Selbo, who was eased off the aerial duel by Stephen McCarthy.
It's a bit of a mismatch there between McCarthy and Selbo going for an aerial ball.
Just a foot difference in the two's height. Oliveira picks up his own blocked pass. Trying to find big switch for Belmar. Read well by Newnham. As is the case, the first goal always so important. San Antonio have actually scored first in 8 of their 10 matches this season. Big reason why they're off to such a hot start. Bit of some loose play here in midfield, and Duke comes sliding in. All ball, says the referee. Oliveira now, edge of the area. Fizzed in a shot, blocked away. Michael Reed, the captain, on the cover, but it'll be another corner kick for the Swope Park Rangers.
Yeah, referee really letting them play today. A couple tough challenges from both sides there, and Jose Lara lets them both go, but Oliveira, that could have gone anywhere. Looked like it was heading towards goal, takes a deflection. That could have ricocheted right into the corner, but luckily for San Antonio, it just goes out for a corner.
Drink of the water bottle from Oliveira, and now referee Jose Lara wants a word with the scrum in the area. Another corner kick, another chance for Oliveira to deliver his gifted right foot. Cuts it across. Storm unmarked at the edge of the area. He floats it to the back stick, headed away. Duke now picks up the loose change. Found the ball out for Doyle. Crossing it in with the left. Judic rises high. onto the thigh of Greg Cochran. Some half-hearted shouts from the crowd there for a handball. Forbes just about manages to keep it in bounds. No, he didn't. Out of play.
Yeah, half-hearted appeals, like you said, for a penalty. Don't think that hit his arm. Straight off his thigh.
Didn't see any of the Swope Park Rangers players calling for it, just fans in the stands. Usually a pretty good indication.
It's a good opportunity for Didic, though. He obviously has the height and the aerial prowess to make a difference in the offensive third, and that was almost a free header in a great area.
Half an hour gone, still scoreless here at Children's Mercy Victory Field. Mara, nice little step over move to lose a defender, but can't find the right pass. Good defending from Chris Tierpak. Belmar dropping deep to pick up possession. He likes to do that. See him drop back and try and get touches on the ball. A poor giveaway from Musa. Now you see the speed of Forbes as he caught Colton Storm napping in a nice big switch from Chris Tierpak. Forbes keeps it in play. Whipping it across, dropped by Zendejas, and luckily for him, it's Liam Doyle who's there to deal with the drop cross.
Yeah, we've been singing his praises all day today, Zendejas, but got lucky there. Very lucky no San Antonio player was on the end of that rebound.
Belmar speeds past Pekka. Now under the watchful eye of Reed, he'll float a nice ball over to the right-hand side. Storm coming up towards the edge of the area. Maloto back with Oliveira. Musa now, and Mar will reset the attack. Duke lofting it behind the back line. Oliveira gets it behind Ibiaga, and center half smashes clear. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Check uslsoccer.com for the schedule. And this throw-in is quickly rattled off the Swope Park Rangers player out of play. Ben Noonan, Wake Forest product. It's started 9 games for San Antonio this season. Another one of the players with a little bit of MLS experience. Just one appearance for the Colorado Rapids back in 2015. It's good play from Jang to find Forbes. Ejekwa got the better of Jidic. Good covering, though, for Colton Storm.
Great calm play there from Jidic. Knows that Jake behind him is offside, so takes the time, heads it back to Zendejas, relieves the pressure.
Musa now probing forward into the center circle. His first ball is dealt with, and Duke does well to latch onto the second ball. Maloto was looking for the run from Oliveira and just couldn't deliver the pass. Frustration from both players as they knew that was a really good opportunity. Oliveira on the overlap.
It's excellent play from Michael Reed getting back, though. Breaking up the attack from the Swope Park Rangers. Just gets his body in between the ball and Maloto. Wins a foul. Very experienced. Very experienced play from Michael Reed.
Vastly experienced in the NASL. Several San Antonio players have applied their trade. This towering header from Doyle is out of play, so it'll be a throw-in for the visitors on the far side. And bit of a talking to Ejekwa and Doyle, the combatants on that aerial duel. You said it, Patrick. Jose Lara letting them play so far in this one.
I think it's helped the flow of the game. I think both sides prefer that. No team goes into a game wanting to hear the whistle every 30 seconds, so I think Lara's done an excellent job.
Looked like a Jake had snuck around the corner, but Musa using his strength to gain possession back. Now Rangers looking for a counter. Good step from McCarthy. Read the danger the entire way.
It's a massive intervention from McCarthy. If he doesn't make that challenge, the Swope Park Rangers are off to the races. Moloto had both Oliveira and Selbol to his left there. Just not able to get the pass away in time.
Ball over the top. See how quickly San Antonio can move from defense to attack. Doyle was the one who hooked it clear, and now fans do not like this foul that went against Lebo Moloto.
Might have been a soft one, but I think it was a foul. Lent into his man, made sure he couldn't reach the ball.
Selbol turns Cochran back to his center half. McCarthy. 69 appearances for the New England Revolution. Stephen McCarthy. It's the 24th overall pick in the 2011 draft as well. Yet another example of the experience in this San Antonio side. Oliveira up for Moloto. Just turned 27 this week, Lebo Moloto. South African playing in his birthday week, starting up top again. Getting his 4th straight start. Here's Oliveira. Finds the feet of Moloto. Just a miscommunication there. He thought Oliveira was going to continue his run.
If you're Nikola Popovic, that's what you want to see, though. You want to see Oliveira and Moloto playing close to one another, looking to combine, move the ball quickly, and shift the San Antonio defense out of position. I think he'll be pleased with that.
Gidic, a deft pass over Forbes. Finds the feet of Colton Storm. Cutting inside. Good pass for Selbol. Slides it across. Oliveira cuts it back, and Belmar has a go straight at the keeper. Restrepo dives to his left, gets a pat of encouragement from Stephen McCarthy. He knew that was a really good chance for Carlton Belmar.
It's an excellent chance for the Swope Park Rangers. Kevin Oliveira shows great patience, doesn't take the shot, knows he has it.
Cuts
Instead
it back.
sets up Belmar in a much better position. Gets the call on it, just not quite the direction. Restrepo does well to hold it.
Ensuing punt goes down the field, out of play. It'll be Swope Park Rangers ball now. Here's Gidic. Back to his center half partner, Liam Doyle. Just his 2nd start on the year. Musa. Again, some space for Colton Storm. He's been getting forward a lot in this first half. Nice little move to get past Forbes. Storm now fizzes in a low cross. Slapped clear by Stephen McCarthy.
We know Storm has that in him. Certainly has the skill to get around his man and whip in across, and he had an assist in the last home game against Vancouver Whitecaps FC too, so that'll be encouraging for the Swope Park Rangers.
He's getting plenty of the ball. Here he is again. Colton Storm, nice little dip of the shoulder in towards the area. It blocked across, took all the steam off of it, and allowed Restrepo to dive on it and cover for San Antonio FC. The USL is one of the most prominent 2nd division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL. Here's Gidic trying to float it over the top. Selbol, good run, and ball just glanced off his chest there. And a corner for the Swope Park Rangers.
Greg Cochran down the left back's had a tough couple minutes here. First getting beat by Storm twice, and his central defenders needing to bail him out, and now giving up a corner to Nansel Selbol.
Just over 5 minutes of regular time remaining in this first half. Still, it's deadlocked at this 0-0 score. Oliveira just about found the head of Amir Djidic charging in. Duke trying to challenge with Newnham. He's found a good ball, though. Ajekwa trying to lead the break. You can see the white shirt streaming forward. Jang can find a good ball for Billy Forbes. Good challenge, though, from Colton Storm. He'll pass it back to Adrian Zendejas.
It's great defending from Storm. Those are the exact scenarios that San Antonio are looking for. Quick breaks where the Swope Park Rangers are out of position. Billy Forbes certainly had a look there, but Colton Storm did well to cut it out.
What a pass attempt there from Kevin Oliveira. Just tried to shape that one in between the two center halves. Biaga able to step in front, but at the expense of another corner.
And you mentioned earlier Belmar dropping deep to pick up the ball, but that's the other side of his game. He certainly has the pace to run in behind. Ibiaga and McCarthy are going to have their wits about.
Argument between Cochran and the referees onto whether or not he's required 10 yards back. Oliveira now takes it up towards the penalty spot over the head of Doyle. Duke, tough first touch, and he's just about lofted the goalie there. Interesting attempt from the captain for the Rangers.
Yeah, not quite sure if that was a cross or if that was a shot, but certainly danger alarms going off in San Antonio backline there. Restrepo looked a little bit out of position. If someone was there at the far post gambling, who knows, they could add a tap in.
Restrepo now trying to find the teammate on the center circle. Oliveira picks up second ball. Trying to charge in at the San Antonio defense, and well read by McCarthy, but Forbes is just trying to get back onside there in time for that one to be delivered and threw off the timing.
Oliveira certainly getting his touches in the midfield. Hasn't quite been able to generate the chances he'd like so far, but he's the type of player that can change the game in an instant.
Doyle finds Marr. Back now with Duke. Finds some space, and Marr charging forward. Good defending, though, from Ben Newnham. Good pass for Storm, again finding some space on the right-hand side. He's been everywhere down this right flank. Musa now. Duke just trying to whip that one over the back line, and Nacho Silva's done an excellent job to keep that in play. But look at the work, though, from Billy Forbes, the reigning player of the month. Known for his attacking capabilities there, but he just went 1-on-3 on the defensive end and came out victorious.
Incredible work ethic from Forbes. Looks second favorite to win about 3 challenges there and won all 3 of them. Deservedly earns his side a free kick.
Just gathering his breath there, Billy Forbes. He has been pushed back quite a bit to defend against the overlapping runs of Colton Storm. Bit of head tennis in the middle of the park. Finally settles down. Marr will drag it back for Liam Doyle. Just a minute left of regular time here in the first half. Oliveira finds Nansel, a pocket of space. He turns, finds Meloto, sprays it out wide right. We've been told there's 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added. 2 minutes left after 45 here in the first half. Swope Park Rangers just holding on to the ball in the latter stages of this first half. Maloto tried to dummy that one through for Nasser Selbel. Confirmation of 2 goes up from the 4th official. Doyle in for Maloto. Selbel has a hit, and Restrepo diving. I think perhaps there he saw a deflection off his teammate, wanted to make sure there were no questions about a corner kick.
I think it's smart goalkeeping from Restrepo. I think he knew that it clipped off an ankle on the way through and sprawled out, gathered it up before it went out for a corner.
He'll take his time, Restrepo, and dribbling it forward to loft one up again for Ajekwa. Musa, he cuts a big figure back there as well, 6'3" in his holding midfield spot. He wins the header, now plays it back for Amir Jidic. Storm, he's found a good pass for Oliveira, who got the turn on Jang, but just allowed Jang to get back into the situation, and a nicely timed sliding challenge from Jang springs it clear. Now Tierpak. And he's whistled for a tug of the shoulder there on the far side.
And I think that earlier play there between Jang and Oliveira, I think those are the moments where if you're the creative attacking midfielder, you'd rather have the foul, as Jang pulled him back initially before coming in and taking the ball cleanly. I think it's frustrating sometimes as players when the referee looks to play advantage, and then when there isn't one, decides the play developed enough and decided to move on with the game.
We started in the back with the Rangers as we tick on into the final 30 seconds of added time. Doyle again looking for that big diagonal. We've seen it a few times in this first half. This time it was for Kevin Oliveira, and he just misread the runs in the middle of the park. Doyle in for Belmar, and that will be the final touch of the first half. Back and forth between these two teams, but neither yet to make the deadlock, as still the undefeated San Antonio FC and the 9-game home winning streak of the Swope Park Rangers both up for grabs. It's 0-0 at halftime. We'll be right back with first half highlights and stats here from Children's Mercy Victory Field. Halftime still here in Kansas City, Missouri. And it's still 0-0 between the home team, Swope Park Rangers, and the visitors, San Antonio FC. Alongside Patrick Brigabo, I'm Carter Augustine. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. And not a whole lot of clear-cut chances, but this is a good one from Nathan Selbel early on. He's found Selbel some time and space in the box, and
Selbel with no backline. He's found a very difficult technique to pull off, but he really almost gets it over Restrepo and gets to stick out a big hand and tip it onto the roof of the net.
We saw this a lot as well. Oliveira getting in behind Maloto. This time he elected to pass instead of shoot.
As we said, I'd like to see Oliveira be a little bit more selfish there. Take the shot on himself, but
still a great play from Restrepo, and now there's a good chance for the visitors. Zendejas quick off his line to snuff out danger.
It's extremely decisive goalkeeping from Zendejas. Reads the play well. Makes a good play on it.
San Antonio also hit the post in the first half. Well, let's take a look at the first half stats as the home team out shooting San Antonio by 6-2. 4 corners as well for the Swope Park Rangers, but what's going to stick out to you most there is that possession percentage number.
You know, it's not often that you can almost predict the way a game's going to go, but it's been exactly the case tonight. Swope Park Rangers very much expected to keep a lot of possession. San Antonio happy to sit back. These stats won't worry San Antonio one bit. They're just looking for their one opportunity on the break, snatch a goal. So they don't need many more than 2 shots to win this game, San Antonio. So the Swope Park Rangers will have some work to do in the second half.
Yeah, 2 shots, but 2 really good opportunities as well for San Antonio. 283 successful passes for Swope Park Rangers compared to just 107 attempted passes from San Antonio. That tells the tape in the first half, but it's still scoreless. The stat that matters most, 0-0 here in Kansas City, Missouri. And we'll be right back to bring you all the second half action as Swope Park Rangers and San Antonio FC tied 0-0 at the half.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Raise the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
The USL's all-time leading scorer has added another accolade to his resume.
Here's Kelly. And he's got the hat trick! Dane Kelly has done it again! Back-to-back games. 3 goals for Kelly.
Dane Kelly is now the only player in USL history to score back-to-back hat tricks. Kelly notched his first 3-goal game in Reno's first win in club history.
Carries the ball ahead. Into an attacking position. He scored in the 2nd minute.
Together before they get another goal.
Brown Kelly. That's 2 in 6 minutes. Kelly, he steps over and he puts it in off the post. That is a hat trick in the 66th minute.
The second occurred in front of a home crowd, leading Reno to their first ever win at Greater Nevada Field.
Richards finds Kelly and Dane Kelly. Goal! Kelly finds net again. Here's Kelly. And he's got the hat trick. Dane Kelly has done it again.
Kelly was honored with 2 USL Player of the Week recognitions following his back-to-back performances. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
please direct your attention to the victory suite as we add Mo Johnston to our sporting legend.
to Fernandez, and a kick save by Amelia. In by Failhub. It falls to Jerso, and he puts it in! Here's Jerso again off the post. It's still Jerso. A brace for the Jerso. And Sporting Kansas City are cruising now. Now Zusi. Back for Jerso. And it's a hat trick. And it's all Sporting Kansas City now. The Jerso is ready for prime time.
Hey guys, joined here by Ike Opara. Ike, we just want to get to know you a little bit, so we're going to throw some silly questions at you.
Okay.
You ready?
I got silly answers.
That's good.
Let's do it.
First one is, tell me your best Halloween costume.
Oh, I'm not a Halloween fan.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a Halloween fan. Overrated. So I didn't really have very many post like 10 years old.
Okay. Tell me your favorite breakfast cereal.
My past life, I liked Fruit Loops. A lot of anything that was tropical.
Okay.
Actually, that's also a lot. I like Reese's. I liked a lot of terrible cereals. Sweet.
What 2 items would you have to have with you?
Drinking water.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to say food, but that's just so. Let's go with a cell phone. That works.
You can pretty much do everything.
Yeah, just so I can see a couple. Because I need to eat, so I don't know.
Can you order food?
Yay, there we go. There we go. Yes. So I'm sticking with the phone.
What are you more fearful of doing? Skydiving or running with the bulls?
Go with the bull. Would run at me. Let's go with the bull.
Get around them?
You know.
Oh, I agree.
And then I'll get one with more into nowhere, so I don't know. Give me the bull.
So you'd rather run with the bulls than jump out of the
See, I've seen a couple of those, and I see those guys like jumping on like the random fences that are around.
Yeah.
And so I'm jumping on the fence and I'm getting over.
That was
there
what
you
I
go.
said.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Good.
Thanks for
Good.
tuning in. Make sure you catch the next one.
Welcome back to Kansas City, Missouri. Sun almost entirely set here. And still 0-0 between the Swope Park Rangers and San Antonio FC. Joined by Patrick Brigabo, I'm Carter Augustine. And we talked about it at halftime, Patrick, but you could tell the clash of the styles really played out in that first half.
Absolutely. Like I said in the first half, it's really been exactly what we expected. It's the Swope Park Rangers keeping all the possession, looking to break down San Antonio with quick movements in the final third. And San Antonio sitting in and waiting for their opportunities to break with their extremely quick front line. AJ Jaqua's done a great job. Chris Tierpak's done a good job. Forbes hit the post. You know, they've really taken it to Jidic and Doyle at the back there for the Rangers. So I think both sides will be happy with how the first half went, but both will certainly be looking to capitalize on their chances a little bit better in the second.
San Antonio FC, of course, 7 shutouts, the most in the USL this season. Meanwhile, Swope Park Rangers shut out for the first time, their last time out, and their 1-0 loss down in RGV.
You can certainly see why San Antonio does lead the league in shutouts. The Rangers have been pretty rampant at Children's Mercy Victory Field this season, and they were able to completely stifle many of their attacks in the first half. Obviously, still a few looks. Carlton Belmar had a shot saved. Selwell had a shot saved. Oliveira had a square pass cut out in the last second by Restrepo, but for the most part, that San Antonio backline is held firm.
San Antonio first in the West on 26 points. Swope Park Rangers 7th on 12 points, but having played 3 fewer games. And plenty still to play for in this second half. The Swope Park Rangers currently in the midst of a 9-game home winning streak here at Children's Mercy Victory Field. San Antonio FC looking, if they can get a win here, it'd be their 5th straight away win, which would tie the USL record.
Oh, yeah.
And now the second half is underway. The teams have switched sides, and Swope Park Rangers start out with the ball, going from right to left in their blue on dark blue kit. San Antonio left to right now in this second half in their all-white strip. We'll see if one of these teams has the magic to break through in the second half. 3 points on the line in the USL Western Conference. And immediately we see the Swope Park Rangers pushing all 11 players from San Antonio back inside their own half.
Yeah, it looks like more of the same here for the Rangers and San Antonio. San Antonio happy to sit up until a certain point before pressing, and they'll look to hit on the break the moment they win the ball back. And for the Rangers, they'll look for those little interchangeable passes like this to try to break down San Antonio.
There's Duke stretching it wide left. Mar now cycle it back with Musa. All the way across. Jidic will turn and play it back to Liam Doyle. Just a missed pass from Colton Storm, just trying to guide that into the path of Nansel Selbel, and it goes out of bounds. Colton Storm, saw a lot of him in the first half. Getting forward down that right-hand side.
Yeah, this was a good matchup in the first half between Storm and Cochran. Forbes came back and helped when he could, but there were certainly moments where it was a one-on-one battle between Storm and Cochran, and Storm, you have to say, got the better of him for the most part.
Here's Forbes tracking back to help there. He takes the ball away from Nansel Selbel and looked to spring Ajekwa. Ball over the top, but just too far even for the speedy AJ Ajekwa. Of course, Ajekwa, reigning goal of the week, as he capped off a wonderful team move for San Antonio in their win last week, and that allowed him to take home the honors in Week 9.
Yeah, and if Swope Park Rangers fans are familiar with that name, AJ Ajekwa, he played for Orange County Blues last season in that remarkable 2-1 victory in the playoffs.
It's a weird spin off the toe of San Antonio defender, and Malota was able to come over and gather. Now Storm just tried to duck his shoulder around Cochran, and McCarthy on the cover will smash that one out of play. Storm getting it again, and this time his cross is blocked away. And again, Forbes trying to spring Ajekwa down the left. Again, unsuccessfully.
It almost looks like the rhythm of the second half has already been set. Just a couple minutes in. Swope Park Rangers dominating possession, keeping the ball. San Antonio waiting for their moments to spring forward and otherwise happy to sit. Try to prevent any holes from opening up in their back line.
Doyle looking over the top. Can find a runner. Just wastes possession out of play, and San Antonio perhaps a chance to push out. So Diego Restrepo, who made a couple of key interventions in that first half, most notably clawing away a Kevin Oliveira layoff that would have resulted in a goal. His goal kick is played right back into the San Antonio defensive third. Swope Park Rangers, every outfield player in the attacking half. And Patrick, that's something Nikola Popovic talked about. When you have so much possession, you have to be always attentive, because losing the ball with all your players in the attacking half, that could spring a counter the other way.
Yeah, you're completely right, especially with a style of play where both fullbacks sit so far forward. You see Colton Storm and Parker Marr essentially playing as wingers.
Here's a great ball from Storm in for Oliveira. He tried to dribble through traffic, and a few too many bodies in the way. Kevin Oliveira slides to the turf.
But again, I think that's what Nikola Popovic wants to see from Oliveira. That's what you want from your creative midfielders, to try to make things happen, even if it doesn't always come off. You want them to be trying new things and looking to break down the defense with either dribbling or a through pass.
Loto just trying to get a bit too fancy with the flick and got caught under his feet. This will go all the way back to Diego Restrepo. Here is Oliveira. Of course, the number 2 on the under 20 list for USL last year had a terrible knee injury and has come back at the beginning of this season. And actually, Kevin Oliveira just called in for the June AFCON qualifier against Uganda.
Yeah, it's a big moment for Kevin Oliveira. He's spent a little bit of time with the Cape Verde national team in the past, but never for a competitive game. This will be his first chance to get an opportunity with that side in a couple of weeks' time.
Something to look forward to, but very much his focus will be on the Swope Park Rangers' intentions in this second half to push their home winning streak into double digits. Plenty of ball here in the second half, as we mentioned. 76-24 was the possession split in the first half. San Antonio always a danger on the counter. We saw it several times, their ability to spring forward with rapid pace. Here's McCarthy stepping forward. He's found a good ball up for Reed. Gets to return, trying to find the run of Tierpak, and here is that counterattack. Tierpak lofting it towards the back stick, headed down and in. And just like that, from the back to the front, it's Marco Jang on his first start for San Antonio FC. He's put the visitors ahead 1-0 here in Kansas City.
That's exactly what we talked about, Carter. San Antonio sit in, they wait for their moments, and the moment they spot a weakness and win the ball back, they spring forward. It's a fantastic ball with his wrong foot from Tierpak. Sets up a Jong, made the late run into the box, and he makes no mistake at the far post. Zendejas with absolutely no chance to save that one.
What a header from Marco Jong. And you mentioned it, Patrick. An absolute pick out with the weak foot. Here's Tierpak coming back to Kansas City and haunting his employers from last season. Adrian Zendejas left stranded there. Nothing the goalie could do on a wonderfully worked counter-attacking goal. San Antonio FC now leading by a score of 1-0. And again, they've scored first. That's now 9 of their 11 matches. San Antonio FC have scored first in. Now they have something to hold on to, and a foul in midfield as Oliveira clatters into the recent goal scorer.
And Carter, right before that goal, I was going to say that those possession stats won't bother Darren Powell whatsoever. He was just waiting for one of those opportunities where they can jump forward and take the lead, and that's exactly what they did.
Selbo now trying to drive forward. He's found Maloto. Just a bit of a slack touch on the ball, but it stays in the path of the South African. He's picked out Carlton Belmont. Good tackle, though. Pekka back in the mix and finding a good ball wide left with Forbes. Trying to get around Storm. Good cover, but a poor tackle, and now Forbes driving forward again. He's past another defender. Forbes now slides it across for Tierpak in the area. He fires it and well over the crossbar, but Billy Forbes just carving through the Swope Park Rangers defense.
He's such a threat when he gets out in the open field, Billy Forbes. It's a great ball to pick out Tierpak as well. could see Tirpak's eyes just light up as the ball came to him, but he couldn't keep the ball down.
Oliveira now looking over the top, just couldn't quite get the power on that crossfield switch. Here's a bad pass from Tirpak, and now some pressure for the back line and a shove in the back. Caught by the referee. Ben Noonan, not a fan of the call, but this one is just outside the area, so an interesting proposition for the home side trying to get back into it.
Yeah, it's a pretty clear decision in the end. Duke tries to hold his run and just gets shoved in the back by Ben Noonan. This is a great position for a free kick for the Swope Park Rangers.
Is it too close to get it up and down over a wall here?
And that's always the question, but Kevin Oliveira certainly has the quality to produce from this sort of range. We'll see what he's able to do with this one.
He's in amongst a trio of dark blue shirts standing over the ball. You would imagine Kevin Oliveira will like to take this one into his own hands, but Musa and Belmar stand next to him. Here is Kevin Oliveira. Just can't quite get it down. Restrepo wasn't quite sure, scrambling to his right-hand post.
Just as you said, Carter, it's very difficult to get those up and over the wall and then back down again under the crossbar. Oliveira almost perfects the technique. It just shaves the crossbar there on its way over.
Just about from Kevin Oliveira, but perhaps a chance for him to set his sights. Still 1-0 to San Antonio. They lead for a second half goal from Marco Jang in his first start for SAFC. It's a good ball in from Forbes, looking for a Jakwa, and he's trying to poke it into the path of Tirpak, but Mar did well to travel back. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 8 p.m. Central on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Here's Storm. Trying to float it into the back stick, but defended well in the end. Now Duke interchanging passes with Belmar. Heavy challenge from Pekka. San Antonio team did not like that call, but again, it'll be a free kick in a nice little area for Kevin Oliveira.
I think it's clever work from Kevin Oliveira. He feels the guy coming, feels Pekka coming in hard on him, and just holds his position, shields the ball, takes the contact, and wins a free kick.
Here's the first substitution of the game. It'll be the home side making the change. And coming in for Libo Maloto is Cameron Iwasa, down on loan from Sporting Kansas City. Bit of a tough challenge for Libo Maloto in this one.
Something difficult to play as a false nine against two center-backs as physical as Ibiaga and McCarthy. But I think Libo will be happy with his day's work. Set up a few decent chances and is able to keep hold of the ball.
Not until Selbel has a go. It's just an easy one, though, right at Restrepo, and he just palms it down to himself. So Selbel stepping in to take control of that free kick. There's a good step from Musa. Just a bit too heavy with his touch, and he is on a yellow card, James Musa. So this could be trouble for the Swope Park Rangers. As Marco Jang is the one crumpled up on the turf. And referee Jose Lara will talk to his assistants, Jeremy Kiso, Matthew Seam, and the fourth official, Brian Outen, who is right there. Bit of a huddle in front of the referee's bench. Take a look at the challenge here.
Does go a bit over the ball there, Musa. I think it's a genuine challenge to take the ball, but Jong just moves it away in the last second and leaves Musa kicking into the foot of Jong rather than into the ball.
here, perhaps Musa lucky to escape a second booking. And obviously, some exception taken to that challenge. Looks like Billy Forbes will now go into the referee's pocketbook.
I think on another day, Musa could be going in for an early shower there, so certainly understand Forbes' frustration. Clearly made his case a little bit too aggressively for the referee's liking.
So a narrow escape for James Musa, but certainly he's on his last legs in this game. Confirmation of the yellow card to Billy Forbes in the aftermath there. Just a bit of a argument between the two players right in front of the referee. Forbes will go into the notebook. So after a long delay and getting play back underway, finally San Antonio will be allowed to take this free kick stemming from the James Musa challenge.
Number 7, Billy Forbes, in the 51st minute.
Free kick dumped into the corner. Forbes read it well, got there ahead of Storm. Trying to tease the right back, but good defending from Colton Storm. That will allow for a substitution for the visitors now. As it's the end of the evening for AJ Ajekwa. What did you make of the performance from the number 9 tonight for San Antonio FC?
He certainly showed fantastic work rate up top. He was really a one-man band in terms of pressing the Swope Park Rangers back line. Tireless effort. Got behind a few times with his pace, but when it's all said and done, it's probably a pretty forgettable evening for AJ Ajekwa.
Coming in for him is Sean Chin. Of course, had a bad injury last year, but actually returned faster than they expected. Was able to play a few games to end the season. So good to see Sean Chin back in the action and making his 7th appearance from the bench this season. He's got 1 assist to his name as the former NASL veteran with Fort Lauderdale Strikers, Minnesota United, and FC Edmonton. Also a former USA U20 Youth International, Sean Chin. See him just go up and it's a like for AJ Ajekwa. Meanwhile, Swope Park Rangers trailing by a goal to 0. Oliveira shrugged off that by a Jang. And then the Jang does a good job in playing it off Oliveira out of bounds, and San Antonio again can push out from the back.
It's good defending from a Jang. Being able to go shoulder to shoulder with Oliveira. He knows he's stronger than him. Just eases him away from the ball and takes it away.
There's an easy throw in to gather. It's Cochran throwing his arms up, trying to wonder why there were 2 Swope Park Rangers where he threw the ball. Duke looking inside. Good touch from Iwasa to just get there ahead of the defender, but then the return to Duke not on the same wavelength. Christian Duke, who is the other player to have played every minute along with Colton Storm, making his 8th start, the captain. Couldn't quite keep that one in play. Again, the throw-in gifted away back to the Swope Park Rangers. Doyle now looking for that deep diagonal. Well read by Cochran. He's found Forbes. But Jang looking for the run of Forbes. Forbes wanted a foul. He thought he was pushed off the path of his run there. Marr trying to slip Iwasa in behind, and then it's off Iwasa out for a goal kick.
It's good defending from Noonan. Feels Iwasa pressing him from behind. Knows if he can just knock it against him, he'll relieve the pressure and earn a goal kick for his side, and that's exactly what he does.
First appearance off the bench for Cameron Iwasa. He made 3 starts for the Swope Park Rangers this season, but finds himself in a super sub role this evening. Musa, towering header. Nice little tip of the toe touch from Oliveira. He's gotten it back now from not so Selbel. They're on the double team. Oliveira tried to dribble around Cochran, who will concede another corner. So Oliveira go over to try and take this. His team still trailing by 1-0.
You see how difficult it is for the Swope Park Rangers to find any sort of gap in the San Antonio defense.
Taken short, and then on the return, offside from Kevin Oliveira. That's probably not what they worked on in training there. So a wasted set piece opportunity for the home team. As offside from the corner. Restrepo now restarting play with a long kick forward. Chin trying to get his first touch of the ball. And there's some good pressing from Chin, but again, putting a lone figure up top just like AJ Ojekwa did throughout the first hour of this game. Ball in behind. Belmar did well, looked second favorite to get to that ball, but he used his strength to hold off the defender. He's found Christian Duke. Over to Marr. Duke, nice little sidestep. He's found Marr again. Rangers just maintaining possession here, probing along that San Antonio stout defensive back line. Doyle, cleverly disguised pass, finds Duke. Wassa now turning back onto his right foot. But again, San Antonio well organized and will drive the Swope Park Rangers back.
This is exactly what Darren Powell will want to see from his side. Resolute defending. Not giving any Swope Park Rangers players an inch.
Just like that right there. Showing a bit too much of it. Did Nansel Selbel, and it allowed Cochran to just sneak in and play it out of bounds. And now it'll be a offside here against the Swope Park Rangers. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nike.com/soccer. '69th minute here in Kansas City, Missouri. San Antonio on top thanks to a wonderful counter-attacking goal finished by Mark Jang.
Yeah, we spoke in the first half about San Antonio's defense. You know, to keep 7 shutouts in their first 10 games. You can truly see why at this moment. Team's extremely organized. Center back's only really with Awasa to deal with at the moment. Swope Park Rangers gonna have to find a real intricate way to pick this lock.
Here's Awasa chasing down into the near side corner. Almost a great ball from Ojong, but just ran out of room to find Sean Chin. Here the Zoo getting things started over behind Adrian Zendejas' goal. Hasn't done a whole lot, or hasn't had a lot to do here in the second half, Adrian Zendejas, except pick the ball out of the back of his net. Storm just losing out there. A bit too much. Trying to dribble past 2 players. And here you can see again, the white shirts will stream forward. Tierpak getting a ball from Forbes. almost an identical situation to the goal there. Tierpak trying to loft it in with his right foot. This one just a bit too far.
And the Swope Rangers have to be so mindful of those moments when they initially lose the ball. San Antonio immediately looking to spring forward.
Now Belmar looking to spring forward as well. And Restrepo off his line quickly and at the edge of his area. Gathered the ball. Took a bump from Carlton Belmar.
I'm not sure there's much in this one, Carter. I think Restrepo's using his experience. Knows his side's defending very deep right now. Gets aside a breather. That's taking the lightest of bumps from Belmar.
Hey, Chris, go talk to your keep.
Belmar just insisting that he tried to avoid the keeper, and yeah, as you can see, seems to be just fine. You could hear a member of the crowd not too happy with this particular decision.
I think echoing a couple of my sentiments in a more vocal manner.
Decent crowd on hand here tonight. The Swope Soccer Village. Memorial Day weekend, a long weekend ahead of us. Big Western Conference match to start the USL weekend as well. And after some time on the ground, it appears that Restrepo is okay to continue on.
I mean, to nobody's great surprise.
Bit of veteran savvy there from the 29-year-old. You can see the vast difference in experience as 8 players of the 11 from San Antonio, aged 26 or older. Not a single player for the Swope Park Rangers is 26 years old on the field right now. Sprayed wide left now for Forbes, trying to cut inside, well read. Colton Storm. Now he's trying a quick ball to get Iwasa in behind. And Restrepo just about on the slide. Kept that ball inside his own area.
It's excellent goalkeeping from Restrepo. Slides out, just keeps the ball inside his area. Otherwise, that's a very dangerous free kick situation for the Rangers should he carry it out.
Knew the rule there too, didn't he? Keep your body outside the box as long as that ball doesn't cross the line. San Antonio trying to get their 8th clean sheet in 11 games. Also trying to extend their road winning streak to 5 games, which would, as we mentioned, be a USL record. Selbel now dribbling past one. But excellent defending from Pekka, who looked like he lost that foot race, but kept to his defensive duties.
Yeah, he read exactly what Selbel was looking to do there. He was just going to hold it up and try to lay it off a Storm, and Pekka was Johnny on the spot to blast it out of play.
Another one of the players that has some MLS experience, Pekka. 4 appearances for Real Salt Lake in 2015, and former Flamengo youth product as well, and now a silly foul conceded by Swope Park Rangers. James Musa, gotta be careful here. On a yellow card, already been warned, and still 16 minutes and change left to go in this second half. McCarthy lofts it up towards the head of Tierpak. So good in the air, Chris Tierpak. We saw that all last season here with the Swope Park Rangers. He wins that one. Forbes now. Again, Storm stands up well, wins the ball, plays it out for a throw-in.
I think Storm's had a very good game against Billy Forbes. That's the reigning USL Player of the Month. He's got bags of speed and trickery, and Storm, for a rookie, has only played a handful of professional games. He's stood up well to the challenge tonight.
Billy Forbes, Turks and Caicos international captain. And now a loose pass from Reed, and Oliveira spinning around Pekka. He's found it to Duke, who plays it back wide right. Iwasa now running the channels. A couple of step overs from Iwasa, and he'll drop it back for Nelson Selbel. You see just how quickly this San Antonio team can transition back to defense. Duke, though, looking for the ball over the top, and Selbel just straight into an offside position. But again, Patrick, it looked like they're a bad pass in midfield. Perhaps Swope Park Rangers could counterattack until all those white shirts got back.
And San Antonio's extremely well drilled. Drop deep immediately once they lose the ball. All know their roles. But it's going to take something like that from Duke, a little chip ball over the top, a bit of creative energy from one of those midfielders or one of those forwards to break through the San Antonio backline.
The restart from the offside call. Whipped in from the right. Newnham's cross headed away by Jidic. And now Forbes has some space to run into. He can carve into the area. Billy Forbes around Jidic, squares it across, and out of bounds. Spotted nicely by the near side assistant referee, who was quite a bit away from the play.
He pushes it past Jidic, but as you can see, it just runs out of play at the last moment.
Some help from the fans right there as well. And referee got the call correct. Rangers on the restart. Looking to find Selbel in behind, but again, Cochran stands up to the challenge. The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow USL on Twitter @USL. '78th minute now. Swope Park Rangers still trailing by a goal to nil, trying to keep their 7-game win streak on the line, and at this point trying to claw back and maintain it as a 9-game unbeaten streak. Jidic now. Found Storm back with Jidic. It was a good, clever pass inside, and Belmar, one thing on his mind as he turns, but hits that one high wide and not at all handsome.
It's one of the few moments in the second half the Swope Park Rangers have been able to find a pocket of space on the edge of the San Antonio area. Belmar picking up the pass from Jidic. Gets it out of his feet immediately, but can't quite get the correct contact on the ball. He strikes it over.
So few clear-cut opportunities for the Rangers in this second half. Can't blame Belmar for getting a smell of goal and going for it. Selbel did well to keep possession there. And now clear shove in the back. That's an easy call for the referee, Jang, who was beaten for pace, and he's saying it's his first foul, but that doesn't matter. He goes into the pocketbook, a yellow card against Mark Jang.
Yeah, gets a yellow card to go along with his goal. I think this is very similar to the yellow card shown to Musa in the first half. He knows he's beaten for pace. He just takes Oliveira out, knows he's not going to get the ball. Makes sure Oliveira doesn't progress any further.
He's a decision for Jose Lara, the referee. Pointing to his watch as Belmar was inquiring as to why play is still not restarted. Looks like Pekka will be attended to by the training staff, as we mentioned. Wellington de Jorge Stanislav Paqueart, as he's more easily widely known. Pekka, former Flamengo youth product. There's Nikola Popovic and Paolo Nagamura voicing their displeasures with the fourth official.
And again, much like Restrepo's earlier antics, you could say, I think this one's more about draining a bit of time off the clock rather than a real injury.
See if Pekka can come back in. He will be off the field for this set piece, so San Antonio will defend with 10. Referee Jose Lara did point to his watch during that encounter as if to indicate that he would be adding this time on. Now he'll blow his whistle. Shortly taken. Musa slots it in behind for Belmar and did well to win back the ball. Back now for Musa, who floats it into the back stick. Gidic out jumped, but Oliveira has a rip. And that wasn't too far off. Second ball at the top of the box, and Oliveira blasts high.
It's a fantastic chance for Oliveira, player of his quality. Takes it down brilliantly with the chest. Strikes it almost exactly as he'd want to, but just flies an inch or two over the bar. But that's a fantastic chance for the Rangers to get back into this one.
Oliveira looking for his third goal of the season. Wasn't far off there. You mentioned, Patrick, excellent technique there. Still 1-0. Rangers starting to put on a little more pressure here in this second half. Chin chasing Musa. And again, the Rangers play it back with the center backs, looking to avoid their first home loss since September 3rd of last year. That's not going to help. Amir Gidic spraying that one out of play.
I think with the amount of time on the ball the center backs see for the Rangers, there's always bound to be one or two passes that go astray throughout a 90-minute span. So that one just dribbles out of play from Gidic.
As we mentioned, San Antonio FC off to the best start, 26 points through 10 games. Best start in USL history. And only 4 teams in current USA soccer leagues have ever matched that 26-point output. Kansas City Wizards in 2000, LA Galaxy 2010. The Seattle Reign actually did it in 2014. As we see Colton Storm dig this one out of the corner. Found Oliveira, edge of the area. Crossed in for Duke, headed clear by Ibiaga, and then a deft header from Chris Tierpak under pressure. San Antonio clears again.
It's an excellent ball in from Oliveira. It's only an inch or two away from finding Duke's run into the box. San Antonio again holding firm.
Mar now. He'll play it back for Christian Duke. Lofting it forward, Mar. Belmar digging it out of from under his feet. Finds Amir Gidic. Finally, the other team is just getting into these stats here from great starts. LA Galaxy, of course, went 10-0-0 in 96, 28 points. But Patrick, this might not surprise you. It portends well for San Antonio FC. All 4 of those teams finished first in their respective conferences. Believe it or not.
As you said, that's not very difficult to believe. You start like that, keep it going throughout the season, and you're bound to finish in first place. San Antonio's got a good omen so far this year.
They've maintained that level of play in this game. They are about 6 minutes plus added time away from ending a 9-game home win streak for the Swope Park Rangers. Doyle now. Back to Gidic. Storm just about got there ahead of the defender. He wants the return now. Cutting inside the area. Storm, it's a decent cross. No one gambling. Belmar, though, able to pick it up, keep it in play, and keep this Rangers attack going. Belmar sizing up the double team. Back for Mar. Cuts around Tierpak. Mar slides it back for Belmar, and nothing given, but a nice little 1-2. Iwasa now in the area with some space. Looking for Selbel, a challenge, but nothing given. Oliveira now, his touch a little too heavy, and a heroic sliding challenge from Pekka. And here we go again. Swope Park Rangers back into the attacking zone. Belmar in for Iwasa. A tricky one in the end. Iwasa off his first touch managed to keep onto it. He's on the ball again. Duke looking for Iwasa, running this left-hand channel. And again, the Rangers will probe and switch the point of attack through James Musa. Again, Darren Powell's San Antonio FC side so well organized at the back.
You see how tight it is in the middle there, right in front of the San Antonio box. So many bodies that have snuffed out any attack from the Rangers.
Doyle now charging forward from his center back position and taking control of the situation, earning his team a corner kick, and you can hear the crowd appreciative of the big center back dribbling forward.
Maybe it's going to take something like that, though. Maybe it's going to take a center back dribbling forward and trying to make a difference, split the back line. Something San Antonio's not going to expect.
It's a nice move. And cutting all the way across a Jang. Boy, he did everything great up until that pass. Mark Jang, the goal scorer. Just couldn't curl the ball into the path of the onrushing Tierpak, and so the Swope Park Rangers again with the ball. Lofted pass for Selbel, well defended, and now hooked clear. Again, a throw in for the Rangers on the far side.
I think this is anywhere will do time now for San Antonio FC. See Jong just blasting it away out of bounds. They don't care much for a second goal at this point, San Antonio.
Holding on to this 1-0 lead. Here's a good ball. Oliveira finds some space in the area, tries to float it to the 6. Belmar was charging down, but well defended by Newnham. Selbel cutting inside. Good sliding challenge. Falls to Colton Storm. He can't quite keep a hold of the ball. Now Pekka, nice 1-2. Forbes streaming forward, but just let himself down with that touch. See the heads tip from Tierpak and Chin as they know they were trying to streak forward for attack, but they have to sprint back into their defensive positions.
Yeah, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe San Antonio is looking to kill this one off with the second goal late here.
They would have been in there had Forbes been able to keep the ball closer to his body. So again, the Rangers coming forward. Storm onside, delivering the cross, flicked on and flicked out. Will be out of play. Goal kick again for the home team as time ticks ever onwards towards that 90th minute.
See the Rangers slowly pushing more and more players forward and during each attack. James Musa, the holding midfielder there, getting on the end of that cross. Something you wouldn't have seen in the first half or even early in the second.
They have to throw their bodies forward here as they need a goal to get a point from this game. Diego Restrepo looking for his league-leading 5th clean sheet. Despite not starting the year as the #1 goalie. Here's Chin trying to flick it ahead for Billy Forbes. Way too much on that pass. Musa back to the left-hand side with Mar. Musa Just plays that one out of bounds. He wanted either a touch or a foul on Sean Chin, but nothing given. And 4 minutes have been added on here in the second half. So 4 minutes for the Swope Park Rangers to try and rescue a point here at home. Try and prevent their 9-game winning streak from coming to an end. Not quite sure what's going on here. Perhaps a substitution. And yes, indeed. Here's Rafa Castillo, a vastly experienced Colombian, will come in for Pekka. Waste a few more seconds of the clock. Try and hold in there as a holding midfielder. Now, ball given away by San Antonio, so it'll be a throw for the Swope Park Rangers. We're into added time here.
Castillo briefly played alongside Sporting Kansas City's Jimmy Medranda, the Deportivo Pereira in Colombia. Vastly experienced midfielder. Scored the winning goal in the 2014 NASL Cup championship game.
Been around the block play for Millonarios and El Ali as well. Here's a nice looking ball floated up, but Restrepo read it the whole way. Claims it. Will take some time here to usher his team forward. Well, 72% is the highest possession percentage by a team in USL this year, which was Portland against this San Antonio team. And now Swope Park Rangers are currently at 78%.
Yeah, those are incredible numbers, Carter. Not too surprising to see San Antonio on the receiving end of both of those statistics, given the way they're set up to play. But obviously, it's been getting them results. They're not looking to change anything anytime soon.
Just minutes away from their 9th win in the opening 11 games of the season, and also will be their 8th shutout. Belmar didn't like the challenge there from Tierpak, and Tierpak will be the latest player to receive a yellow card from referee Jose Lara.
Again, not too sure there's enough in that to warrant a yellow card, but certainly a high arm from Tierpak brought Belmar down, and this is a great opportunity for the Swope Park Rangers.
Perhaps some last gasp stuff here for the Rangers, trailing by a 0-0 deep into added time in the second half. Oliveira stands over the ball.
I'm going to.
Whips it into the far post, punched away by Restrepo, still alive in the area. Chin just getting to it, taking it wide. And there appears to be an injury here between both players. Duke, I think, has a head injury there. Perhaps he had to wear that punch from Diego Restrepo. Some interesting rule interpretations from the crowd. But it does appear as though both players are in some trouble here.
It's definitely the correct decision from the referee to stop the game.
Let's take a look back at this free kick floated into the back stick that led to these two players being down injured. As you can see, that's not going to feel good for Christian Duke.
It's actually Ibiaga who heads the ball away. Restrepo doesn't connect with the ball with his punch. Instead, lands both fists on the face of Christian Duke.
Restrepo still on the ground. Didn't see what happened to him. Looking at his left wrist, actually. Left wrist and forearm. And, of course, San Antonio already down a keeper. Matt Cardoni trying to recover from injury he sustained that allowed Restrepo to take over this #1 spot. Yeah, maybe this will give us a better picture of the incident in question.
And Carter, while Restrepo's clearly going for the ball, the question should be asked, if he makes no contact with the ball and connects 2 fists with Christian Duke's face, is it a foul?
Certainly a legitimate question, and I'm sure it's one Christian Duke is thinking over on the sideline.
Certainly if you do that in a less crowded penalty area, it would likely be whistled for a penalty. No Swope Park Rangers players were appealing, but as I said, it's certainly a question to be asked.
So we'll have to see, as we are obviously past the 4 minutes added. There was still some time remaining when these players went down. So it'll be interesting to see what Jose Lara winds up adding on to the end of this game. And it's going to restart it from a drop kick. Perhaps a highly competitive drop kick at that. And San Antonio comes clear, trying to scrape it away. Musa just getting a touch to it. But there's Castillo into the game, and no nonsense. He knows his task at hand is just to preserve this 1-0 result.
Yeah, while Castillo's normally a very silky playmaker, he's certainly not looking for any of those moves right now.
A throw in now into the added time on top of the added time. Popovich trying to suggest to throw it into the box. Selbo goes down, and this will be a free kick, perhaps the last act of the game, the last chance for the Swope Park Rangers.
Certainly looked as though Forbes clipped the ankles of Selbo there. This will very likely be the final action of this game.
So everyone forward for the Rangers. Doyle and Gidic, 2 6'4" center backs in the mix. Oliveira again to take the free kick. Here comes Oliveira's delivery into the near post. Iwasa's there. Just can't get enough purchase on it. Restrepo diving to his left, able to corral the rolling ball.
Wouldn't that have been dramatic? If Iwasa comes off the bench and tucks that one home. Just couldn't quite get the right contact. It's a simple save for Restrepo in the end.
Referee peeked as watch there as Tierpak streamed forward. Zendejas just momentary lapse from Adrian Zendejas. Don't see that very often. Tried to catch it, played it off his foot. Storm getting the ball quickly forward. Gidic, nice take. He's got Iwasa on the overlap, trying to slide it to the penalty spot. Hooked clear by Reed. Still alive though. Storm. Forward now for Oliveira. He's in behind the defense, slides it across, and that one's hooked clear. Another corner. Still time to take it.
And up comes Adrian Zendejas here for the corner.
6'5", the goalie. Tallest player on the Swope Park Rangers. 11 on the field. Oliveira now up towards the front post. Musa's there. And just ahead of Doyle is Cochran. He smashes clear, and that's the final whistle. What an impressive display from the Western Conference leading San Antonio FC as they come into Kansas City, Missouri, win by a score of 1-0, and snap a 9-game home winning streak for the Swope Park Rangers.
It's a sensational run San Antonio FC are on, and just extended it today. Like I said several times throughout the match, you can certainly see why they lead the league in shutouts. It's an incredible rearguard action tonight, repelling wave after wave of Swope Park Rangers attacks.
Fantastic victory for San Antonio FC. They win 1-0 over the Swope Park Rangers. We'll be right back for full-time stats and highlights here in Kansas City, Missouri. back here in Kansas City, Missouri, full time between
He's found
San Antonio FC and the Swope Park Rangers, and a good opportunity for Nassau Selbel in the first half, Patrick.
Yeah, a few of these opportunities in the first half for the Swope Park Rangers. Selbel just not able to lift the ball over Restrepo there. It's a good save.
Meanwhile, this is probably the best chance of the game for the Swope Park Rangers. Good play in the end from Restrepo to claw it away.
Yeah, you see Restrepo there cheating to his right, expecting the through ball. If Oliveira just hits that near post, he scores. I'd like to see him be a bit more selfish.
Another good chance in the first half. This one was Tierpak trying to find a Jaquaa. Zendejas quick off his line.
It's one of several pieces of excellent goalkeeping today from Zendejas.
And then in the second half, this proved to be the difference. San Antonio FC on the counterattack.
Yeah, another quick break. We saw many of those today from San Antonio. Former Ranger Tierpak swings a ball across with his right foot, and Marco Jang, making his first start, plants the header into the corner to win it for his team.
Fantastic goal from Marco Jang on his starting debut for San Antonio FC, and that proved to be the winner as San Antonio FC moved to 9-0-2 on the season, 29 points. They win by a score of 1-0. For everyone in the crew and Patrick Bergabo, I'm Carter Augustine. Thanks for tuning in with us today. Final score, San Antonio FC 1, Swope Park Rangers 0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League. This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.